Okay, so am I the only one that thinks that this generation of kids doesn't really know how to do things on their own a lot of the times, right? Because I be teaching kids and whatnot, and they're only like 5 years old. So certain instances will come up and they'll have to like, change their clothes because they had an accident. And I'm like, okay, like I understand you had an accident at nap time. Go in the bathroom, change your clothes. And they're like, I don't know how. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know how to change your clothes? And like these kids, I guess like the parents kind of like baby them or whatever, or they help them in the mornings and whatever. So the kids literally have never dressed themselves and they're 5 years old, right? And then they don't know how to put on their underwear, their socks. And I'm here telling like the girls, I'm like, yeah, you need to hold open the underwear, bend over, step into the holes where you put your leg. I'm like, I shouldn't have to be explaining this. Like, shouldn't this be something that your parent teaches you, So then I'm here telling all the kids, I'm like, yeah, go home, tell mommy and daddy that when you're getting dressed in the morning, you want to try it yourself, okay? Because you need to know this. Like you were too old to not be knowing how to change your underwear. I feel like that's like a bare minimum type shit. Like you don't know how to put your own socks on, and I get like not knowing how to put your shoes on right, like because they might mix up their left and right shoe and they obviously don't know how to tie their shoes. Sure, that's understandable. But you talk about you don't know how to slide a sock on because your parents been doing that your whole life, like what? And then like other things, like they don't know how to get things themselves, I guess. And then they lack manners. They don't say please and thank you. They're just like, I want more, give me more, give me more food, I want some more food for snack. I'm like, where are your manners, first of all? Because my mom would have slapped the fuck out of me if I was talking to strangers like that, you know? And then they be like running around the classroom, and then their parents be standing there not saying anything. And I'm like, bro, are you gonna get your kid? Because I know I'm on the clock and I'm the teacher, but like, are you gonna get your kid? Like, I'm letting you have the opportunity to parent because you're still here and they're running around the room, So why should I have to say something if you're standing right there, right? And I'm not about to yell at their kid and be like, sit down, like, stop running around the room, like, because their parent is right there, But I'm like, why is this acceptable, right? And then a lot of these kids, they're 5 years old. I don't really know, like, the specific age that they're supposed to be learning materials and stuff, but they don't know their alphabet. Like they only know like the song obviously, but they don't know it out of order. They don't know the lowercase letters. They barely know numbers. They barely know how to count to 20. They don't know how to write their name. I'm like, y'all are 5. Like I was learning cursive in first grade and y'all telling me that y'all are about to be in kindergarten and you don't know how to write your name. So then there just be like certain times where I just be thinking like, damn, like this is really our future generation. This is a generation that's supposed to save us from everything, right? But then that's on one hand, right? But then on the other hand, you like I've seen kids who are really smart for their age because there's another girl that I tutor one on one. I'm here teaching her how to read. She already knows how to write her first and last name. She be asking me all these like scientific ass questions. And I'm like, girl, I don't even know the answer to that. She's like, who created the universe? I'm like, well, like big type questions like that, like expanding her mind and like knowing how to read actual chapter books and like write her letters properly. But then, like I said, you got the other kids who don't know anything. So I'm like, I don't know if it's like two extremes or maybe she's just like hella advanced than the norm. Maybe that group of kids is the norm. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of it has to do with like the parents not like doing anything with their kids at home, because a lot of these parents drop their kid off at the school or daycare or whatever, then they're like bye, then they pick up their kid, feed them, throw them back into bed and do the same thing every day, right? They're not sitting down with their kids doing flashcards, helping them write their name. They're not practicing anything with the kids. So I'm like, it really gives me like I be taking notes for how I'm gonna like raise my own kids. Like I'm gonna be like, yes, like let me make sure I read to my kid every night. Let me make flashcards. Let me like, start teaching them math and like just like stuff like that. I'm like, I gotta get on this shit because I don't want my kid to be stupid. I don't want to be sending my kid to school and he's like, oh, I don't know how to open my lunchbox. Like what? Like what? They're like, I don't know how to open my orange. And I'm like, bro, just stick your thumb in it. And these kids like, I don't know. And then they start crying. And I'm like, y'all are 5 years old. Even the 3-year-olds know how to do it. Like, is what?